Hello and welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play video by me, FoxyNoTail, here on a truly Bedrock survival server. And first things first today, we are on Carrot Watch after the many changes we made in the last episode for the carrot farm. Let's see how many carrots we've got. 3 and a lead. Excellent. Of course, putting the bell in here means that the wandering trader has turned up and deposited his llamas inside of the farmland and then run away again, and apparently our farmer is reconnecting and disconnecting from things. It's clearly going very well indeed. Yes, many of the carrot fixes have worked perfectly. However, on a more serious note, I have had several comments about my storage system, and the storage system can be improved and the lag reduced. Now, this isn't particularly laggy anyway, but two of the things that we included recently were these drop elevators, which take items from the other farms in the area. They come down water streams, they go up these drop elevators, and these do tend to cause a little bit of lag because they're ticking regularly. Particularly the one coming from the sugarcane farm, because I can't turn that off because it's using observers and pistons to run, so it's fully automatic. And we're going to have to sort that out at another time as well. What have we got going on? Oh, we've got skeleton. Right, okay, we'll worry about that in a minute. So yeah, so basically what we're doing is from each of these farms is we're feeding items into water troughs. They're going into water streams and they are going down, like that bit of cactus there, into a system, up those drop elevators and into our storage system. At the top of the storage system, they then go round and round this water stream until they find a hopper they can go in, or if it's like the sugarcane, they will go round and round until they despawn because the hoppers for those are completely full. So a couple of the comments from my storage system video suggested instead of using those, I actually bring all of the items to the very center of this and bring them up into those water streams above using bubble columns, which is a really good idea, and that will massively reduce the amount of lag that this creates. Not that this is particularly laggy, but having dropper elevators is quite laggy, and when they're firing quite regularly because of things like sugarcane and bamboo, they do add to the lag. And this server has been getting more and more laggy lately, so I want to do everything I can to reduce that. The other issue with these systems is that if we get more items in than these can actually handle at once, i.e. more items in the dropper than this clock system will be able to funnel out, then it will start backing up and causing us problems in that way as well. So as you can see, down here I have dug the whole area out underneath our storage system platform, and I've dug holes in each of the 4 directions in the centers, and we're going to have the ice streams bringing the items down the center through here and into this. Well, we're actually going to move this. This is my conduit, which allows me to breathe underwater in the area. We're going to smash that to bits and send all of the items to the top. So I suppose I better shut up about it and get on with it. Otherwise, yeah, I'll see you in a second. Step 1 is to get rid of the original water streams and reclaim my blue ice and fill all of the holes back in with smooth stone again, or not smooth stone, normal stone, so that it doesn't look all weird compared to the rest of the floor. Step 2 is to remove all of the existing redstone and the previous dropper elevators. Step 3, am I on step 3 or am I on step 4? I don't know. Well, next, I'm going to put in all of the blue ice that I reclaimed, but I haven't think I've got enough to actually fill in all of the... Oh, geez, I'm going to need to go shopping, aren't I? But you just built an ice farm with slag lizard. Yeah, but it takes forever to make blue ice because that's like millions and millions of normal ice. Step, whatever the correct number is from the number that I was on before, is to refill in the holes in the floor with the correct blocks, if you can remember how the pattern went. Section C, part 24F, is to put in many buttons and put off going to the shops to buy blue ice, because I'm sure there's plenty of other things we could be doing instead. Many. And if you're wondering why I'm using buttons for all of this, it's just because I've got so many left from when I did my hostile mob farm and had to change them all for trapdoors. So yes, I've got many buttons. Might as well use them. Part B is to find that you don't have enough soul sand and realise that you also need to buy soul sand or go and gather some. Chapter 2, paragraph 3, remember you have many soul sands from the piglin bartering system. Many. In Act 3, consider, was this me? Did I do this and then run away and hope that it wasn't? Point 4, collect many ices and then pay for them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Half stacks, that's 18 diamonds. Amazing. Very many ices. A little bit after that section in the next point, then go to the rocket shop to steal some rockets instead of going into your rocket box to do it, and find that you're completely out of stock and your competitors have restocked and that you're now going out of business. Oh, jeez. Part 149F. Run out of rockets half the way home because you couldn't be bothered to get them out of your ender chest. Decide to run the rest. Oh, jeez, is that area that I may have destroyed again. Quick. You ran away. It wasn't me. Wasn't me. I didn't do it. Part 3 for the third time because your puppy decided it was a really good idea to drink lots of water and make many noises while recording the first 2 attempts. Fill in the water streams and then put buttons in places so that when you throw items in, they go wee. Oh. Part 3, record things several times and blame it on your dog that you keep making mistakes, and then put water streams in and hope that they don't go wee and off to the... Oh, we did it right this time. Good. Yes. Cut. Do that. Yep, many. For the next bit, we need to make water sources all of the way above the sand things. The soul sand. Yes, the sand things. That's what I said, which means we need many buckets of water. Take a moment to come over to the sugarcane farm to consider how we may update this in order to make it on and offable. Then decide you'll think about that later and come and smash many of your hard workings to pieces. Once your water streams have been reorganized, then do a little bit more smashing to bits of the water streams that were existing beforehand, and then try and recreate water sources inside there so that the items get pushed all of the way to the top, please. That would be nice if you could make that so. For the bamboo farm, replace all of the hoppers. Oh, have we got a wandering trader? I want some mini blocks, please. We didn't see any in the last episode. What we got? You've got light grey concrete mint honey. Oh, what a load of rubbish. Oh, I don't want any of those mini blocks, thank you. Yes, yeah. So basically what we're doing here is getting rid of the hoppers so that we're just going to drop the items that come spitting down there straight into the water and save ourselves on a bunch of hoppers and redstone. Amazing. Do the same thing with the bamboo farm by removing all of the hoppers and just using the water streams to naturally push all of the items down into a crevice where they will end up in those water streams. Then wonder why people don't use the word crevice often enough. It's a wonderful word. Crevice. After doing such a good job at diverting things without redstone for both your kelp farm and... Oh dear, that's not good at all. After marvelling at what a good job you did sorting out the water streams for your kelp farm and your bamboo farm. Jeez. After marvelling at what a good job you did with your kelp farm and your bamboo farm, making the systems redstoneless and completely lossless. Oh jeez, oh my god. Oh, jeez. After marvelling at what a wonderful job you've done with your redstone. After marvelling at what a wonderful job you've done with your kelp farm and your bamboo farm because you've removed all of the redstone from both systems. Die a little bit on the inside because you know you're going to have to tear out the entire thing for your sugarcane farm and start the whole thing again. Take a moment to consider what is the Wandering Trader thinking as he's watching you do your works. What are you thinking? Then take solace in how ridiculously easy it was to tie in your cactus farm into this system, again providing a completely redstone-free system. Amazing! Many redstones were saved in the building of FoxyNoTail storage systems. And finally, in step 3, marvel at the good work that you have done whilst completely ignoring the fact that your sugarcane farm is causing many lags and you can't stop it, and it's overflowing your system and you can't stop it and you need to rebuild it but you don't want to. And then spend a little bit more time marveling at your wonderful storage system that is doing an incredibly good job. Yes, many good jobs. Excellent. That was weird. There's no lag here, sir. None whatsoever. Nope, everything works perfectly. Bubble columns are working perfectly. Look at that kelp coming up there effortlessly. and going out there round the storage system. It's perfect. Absolutely marvellous. I've no idea what will happen when things start dropping from above. Hopefully it'll be alright. It'll be fine. Oh, sugarcane farm. Jeez. Now that that's all done, all joking aside, this sugarcane farm is potentially a problem unless we just expand the storage from it ridiculously. We're growing too much, which means the storage is already full over there and it's not on and offable easily. Now, there is a couple of ways I could do it, which are a little bit hacky, and that would be to come round the outside, get to the redstone and just light it. Just light that redstone so all of the pistons stick out, and that will prevent the sugarcane from growing, which is absolutely fine. But on my little mission to reduce the amount of redstone, it would be much better. Oh, look at that spider going up in the water. Oh, I can't see it from here. Behind me, look, there's a spider going for a swim in the water stream. Yeah, anyway, in my attempts to make everything less laggy, if we look at how we did the bamboo farm, yeah, so the bamboo farm is a much better system because it actually works on a timer and it uses slime blocks to push the bamboo down a hole. So not only do we get less losses, although there's a little bit of loss on this, it is also a lot less laggy because there's no observers and no loads of pistons firing. There's only one piston per row and it's just a bunch of slime blocks coming out. So that's realistically how we should be doing the sugarcane farm, but that would mean completely rebuilding the entire thing, which I don't really fancy doing right now. So for now, I am literally just actually going to ignore it and just pretend that problem doesn't exist for now. It's absolutely fine. We're not collecting anything. It's not even dropping in here at the moment. I'm not going to worry about it. We'll sort that out another time. I'm just happy that everything else is working really well. And I do actually need to go and turn my kelp farm and the bamboo farm back off again because we have capacity on those. We don't need any more. Doing all that, we actually saved over half a stack of hoppers from all of this, which is pretty good going, really, and a bunch of redstone. And I've put most of it already back in my redstone box, but it's a little bit full, sadly. Well, I say sadly, that's quite a good thing that it's full. Yeah, no more room for any of this redstone stuff. So I suppose with the rocket shop being out of stock and with this system working pretty well, I ought to do what this is designed for, grab myself some sugarcane, grab myself some gunpowder, like so, and get myself over to the rocket shop and get it restocked. And with one piece of gunpowder and one piece of paper making 3 rockets, 2 shulker boxes of each is the equivalent of 6 chests worth of rockets, and they are now all in the system filtering down into the chest below, which means we've got a bunch of empty shulker boxes I can take home with me. And hopefully if I look in the chest here, we'll see, well, apparently we've got some rockets in the money box, but we've got another 35 diamonds. That's what I wanted to see. Very nice. Many diamonds, yes. All of the Nautilus shells have sold. More name tags have sold. No totems have sold. No iron has sold. No stone or cobble has sold. And there are 3 skeleton horses shooting at me in the Blackstone area of the other shop. Oh, and nice surprise, some Blackstone-y stuff has stop. Look, guys. I'm trying really hard. Look, no, guys. Look, stop it. I'm trying to. Oh, look, I'm trying to get my basalt. No one buys. Why do you buy basalt? It's so easy to get. Stop. I'm trying really hard here to chop. Now, look, I killed your horse by mistake. Now I wanted that horse, and you, sir. With your gold, well, you keep shooting me until you die. Jeez. There we go. There we go. I've got myself a nice horse now. Very good. Excellent. Oh, no, I'm in a block. Oh, there's another one there. Die! Oh dear, he burned to death. What a shame. Just me and my skeleton horse going for a ride. Big jump. Come on, up the hill. There we go. You're rubbish. You're the world's worst jumper. Forget it. I'm leaving you behind. Half for you and half for me, which means I need more emeralds. And there we go. More emeralds deposited like so. Very good, which means we can put our diamonds in our diamond box and we are good to go. And while I'm in the area, I might as well point out that I didn't realise when we did the stream day that was end-themed that the team, when they killed the Ender Dragon, were messing about with TNT near the Dragon Egg and managed to make it completely disappear. And now no one knows where it's gone, which is bizarre. So yeah, that's weird. Where did you get that from?
Oh my goodness, I'm going to be a mommy.
Oh boy. I really do wonder where it got to. From storage systems to castle walls, and I'm still working on this thing. I still haven't done a live stream on it yet. I've just been working off camera mainly, and you may be able to see by my 7 levels, I got. I left the computer while I went to grab a drink, and when I got back, a witch had killed me, and I was no more. So yeah, I'm up to 61 deaths now, which is not ideal. At least I'm behind Blue Jay and Zloy, who are around about 100. So I've got a fair few to go, although I am 3rd, which I'm not proud of. I'm trying very hard to not die at the minute, but I have forgotten to start carrying totems around with me. So yeah, I need to start doing that again. A reasonable amount of time has passed and no live stream yet, but I've done a lot more of this wall, and I have to admit, having got nearly halfway there, I've used a lot of resources and I'm getting a little bit bored of doing this wall. It's so slow and painstaking to do, but I really like it, and I know it's not particularly straight or uniform, but the wall follows the pattern all the way around, and I want it to be interesting. I want it to be wild and different. I want it to look almost a little bit raw, like it just sort of got slapped up. So I think it's doing the job I need it to do, which is great. A little time has passed since my last clip, and there has been many more works on my wall, as you may be able to see, due to a live stream which has now been completed. If you want to see what happened during that live stream, you can head over to my 2nd channel, link is in the description, and catch that on there. And as you can see, we've come round and we've got another tower going on here, and we're not far off. I'd say we're somewhere between 60 and 75% of the way there, which is pretty good. And during that time, or during a lot of that time, Chuck has actually been AFK over at the mob farm, hopefully getting us some mobs. However, they might be a little bit of a problem. So Chuck AFK's inside this box here, and the bottom of this box is made of glass. And because Chuck is an invisible camera account that's technically able to fly, if you're interested in how that happens, check out my Spectator Mode add-on. When he logs back into the game, like after a server restart and he logs back in, for some reason he doesn't end up in there. He actually ends up right down at the bottom of our killing chute here. Now, he doesn't take damage, but he does end up down at the bottom there, which means that nothing's going to be spawning in the mob farm when that happens. Now, he can fly back out and get back up there, but I think the last time he spawned down there, I didn't notice, and I think he spent a good few hours down that hole. So I'm not overly confident that we're going to have many mob drops in the chest, but we can go and find out, I guess. Through the herky-jerky water streams. Let's go and see what's going on. Gunpowder's the one I'm most keen on. And we're not doing too bad. It's, to be honest with you, not a great deal more than what we had before. So yeah, I think he spent a reasonable amount of time at the bottom of that tube and not low. Oh, look at all this gunpowder coming through. Yes, many. Well, it's AFK now, so let's see what we get while we carry on working. And I don't mean working on the wall. I actually mean grabbing many shulker boxes of grass and finally getting to work on the meat waffle, or the passive mob farm that's going to be going around the edge of here. And you may notice inside my inventory, a wandering trader appeared while I was doing a live stream, and Jesse B and I bought a whole bunch of mini blocks that were available. I'm going to show you those quickly now. If you haven't seen the mini blocks already, it's an add-on you can buy. No, not buy, it's free. You can download from my website. And there we go. We've got some basalt, we've got some gravel, we've got some of the warp planks, we've got some barrels, which I really like the look of those. They're great. We've got some polished blackstone, and we've got some polished blackstone bricks as well, and I love them. And yes, you can sit on them, which is great. But we're not here to play with mini blocks. Oh, no. We are here to be building meat waffles. Yes, mini meat waffles. And in order to create our meat waffle, the first thing we're going to do is some measuring. So I've got some glass blocks, and I need to come 20 floor or 25 blocks away from this AFK spot, and that's going to be our inner circle. So if I start at that point there, that's 2 blocks away, 22, 23, 24. So that's going to be the inner part of our circle, and then we need to go out to 44 blocks. There are now 4 blocks surrounding our AFK spot, each one 24 blocks away, and now what I need to do is go online, use the circle generator, and hope everything lines up. So coming over to the Donut Studios pixel circle generator, I've determined that the circle size we need for the inner circle is 50 blocks. And that means if we've got a 2x2 center chunk or 2x2 AFK spot and go 24 blocks in either direction where mobs will start spawning from us, the overall diameter will be 50 blocks. So what I need to do is recreate this circle inside Minecraft for the inner one, then create an outer one, which the diameter will be 90 blocks, and then fill the waffle in between. How hard could it be? So far, so good. The first circle is half complete and everything is lining up properly, which is very good. One thing that has occurred to me as I'm breaking away the dirt on this as I'm placing it is it's all going down into our storage system, but it won't be being collected because I'm an idiot. Because, yeah, we don't actually have a slot down here for dirt or grass, so I probably need to make one. And we'll probably see, yeah, look, we've got dirt whizzing around here, not going in any of the hoppers. So let's grab a little bit of that. Let's unplug one of these item filters and put dirt in instead. And now the dirt's got a home, and we'll do exactly the same for grass there. The grass can have a home too. Very good. Now we won't lose any dirt or any grass. Oh, bed. Quick. Sleep. Oh, I don't think I've got a bed down here, mate. Oh, jeez. Good news! The meat waffle is working. We obviously need a lot of trapdoors on this thing to make the pigs and whatnots fall off, and many, many more grasses. But yeah, that's a very positive sign. Oh, jeez. And I don't think I can quite believe it, but without any having to redo it, my circle actually met up correctly at both ends. First try, genuinely first try. I can't believe that. Normally when I do circles, I have all sorts of problems, but today it met up wonderfully. Yes, very nice. Now I got to do the really big circle. Oh, jeez. Even better news, the pig found a chicken. This is good news, very good news. Many, many passive mobs, and look at them all falling off to their doom. Yes. Maybe later. I think that chicken just pushed the pig off. Wow, evil chicken. Not very nice of you at all, sir. Not very nice. In fact, chicken, that's it. You're getting whacked off, mate. You're getting whacked off right off my meat waffle. Yes. Be gone with you. Jeez. Speaking of, I'd quite like to watch what happens when they get down to the bottom. Pig gone. Oh, we don't have passive mob capabilities in the storage system. We're going to have to fix that out in a minute. Come on, chicken. Come on. So all being well, as we fly down towards the storage system of many, many desires, we should hopefully see a little bit of chicken and a little bit of pork chop whizzing its way round here. There we go. Look, there's a lot of pork chop. That was one hefty pig. Maybe there was more than one pig that went down here. But there, yeah. Oh, and look, there's the chicken. Very good. Very good. It would be nice if it was cooked because they died on magma blocks, but it's kind of not how it works, is it? So let's put, for now, chicken in there. We'll put pork chops in there, and then we're not going to lose anything as those come through. Oh, this is good. Good news. Right, back to work. Oh dear, I didn't realise, but we're going to be having many horse meats in this farm. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't know we were going to be getting your kind in here. I expect there to be many, many horse screaming noises as this farm gets going. Oh dear, not to worry. It'll be fine, sir. Just don't fall off. Whatever you do, don't fall off, okay? Okay. Oh, jeez. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Oh, jeez. I appear to have several horse components in my inventory now which need a home in here. Oh, I'm sorry, horses. I'm very sorry. The outer circle is now done as well, and everything lines up very well, which is absolutely great. Now all I need to do is create a lattice, and if you don't know what that means, it's basically sections like that, crisscrosses of the grass with trapdoors in between to allow the animals to fall down. And we're going to be doing these holes 2x2 instead of 2x3 like they were up there. The reason, no, not 2x3, 3x3 they were up there to allow spiders to fall down. This is all going to be lit, so hopefully we won't get any spiders on here. So there really shouldn't be anything spawning on here that can't fall down the holes. Good news, Zloy found his stuff. Excellent. Now that I've plonked in a reasonable section of this, I actually want to go and grab some more spruce from Zloy's all-store so that I can start putting trapdoors in, because I want to start actually generating mob drops while I'm working on this, and there's no reason I can't start doing that now. Over at the all-store, if I remember correctly, one full shulker box or one full chest worth of logs is equivalent to 18 diamonds. So there's one chest There you go, 18 for you there, Sloy. Rich Loy. Always rich, Sloy. Always very rich. And yes, we'll take another one. Yes, Mini. Thank you. Lighting is required. Yeah, these things aren't going to despawn, are they? Oh, man, because Chuck's in the AFK spot. Yeah, I'll go get some torches. With the torches all in place, it is time to do some trapdooring. And if you're wondering why I'm using trapdoors and not buttons, this is because in the latest beta, or in one of the betas recently, they have made it so that buttons no longer work for pathfinding. And that means in a future update of Minecraft, we won't be able to use buttons for mob farms anymore. And I have seen so many people getting ridiculously upset about this. It really isn't a big deal. Trapdoors are easy enough to get hold of, and it really isn't going to affect that many farms. So if you're one of these people getting very upset that the Bedrock Edition developers are ruining mob farms, then just have a think about what it actually means and consider, do you know what? I'm actually going to have to make farms using actual intended mechanics rather than bugs. And then you've got an opportunity to flex your creativity and come up with new ways of doing things, like using trapdoors instead of buttons. It's really not that difficult. So yeah, don't get your knickers in a twist. Don't get all upset about it. It's absolutely fine. It's not a problem at all. But I've already built a giant mob farm that's using buttons. Now I'm going to have to remove all of those buttons and use trapdoors. It's not fair. Well, life's not fair. Get used to it, mate. Wow. Yep, just how it is. Something else I need to add to these item filters is trapdoors, because, yeah, I'm going to be ending up chucking loads of trapdoors down this hole, aren't I? Let's be realistic, because I'm not very good at placing things. And apparently, oh, we got wool coming through. Oh, mutton and wool, of course. Yeah, they need to go in this system as well. Oh, we got black wool. Oh, jeez. Many things. Now that I've got this little bit here all sorted out with trapdoors and lights, I actually want to come up here and just watch it for a little while and make sure that the animals are going to fall down the holes, because I'm a little bit concerned that because it's only a 2x2 hole rather than 2x3, some of the animals will get hung up on the edges of the trapdoors, although we just saw that sheep fall in, which is a good sign. But what about cows and horses? Well, I just saw one cow fall down, the other one's not doing a great deal, and come on, fall down the hole. Fall down that hole, sir. You can do this. Anytime you like. Oh, you're going to do it. Then there we go. The cow fell in the hole. Just need as a baby cow. We need a horse as well. Do with a horse. Having now sat and watched a few mobs falling down the holes, I am concerned that the hole in my meat waffle isn't large enough. And the reason I say that is because on this hostile mob farm, it just rains mobs. It's absolutely great. And there are 3x3 holes in this one, and it's great. They don't get any mobs hanging up on the edges, or they all just wander off. Their pathfinding always sends them down the hole. With this one having 2x2, the mobs tend to track across the sides of these trapdoors a little bit and take a little bit of time falling down the hole. And considering how slow they're actually going already through the water streams to get down there, the mob cap is taking a time to get reloaded. So I'm thinking, actually, I'm going to do 3x3 holes in this, which, yes, that does mean tearing all of this out that I've already done. We now have beef. Beef is in the system. I need to put it in an item filter quick before it all despawns. Which one? Oh, wow, we've got so many things in this system. Mutton, walls, beefs. Having thought about it for a little bit longer, I'm actually going to scrap the whole 3-wide hole idea, because on this side, there are no mobs. On the sides over there where there's no trapdoors, there are mobs, which means it's working. So I'm not going to mess about with it. It's working fine, so we're going to go for 2x2 holes. Jeez. I still think 3x3 would probably be slightly more efficient. Technically, it's less spawning spaces, so less chances for mobs to spawn, but they would just disappear off the spawning spots more quickly. But I'm happy with this. This would be fine. Over time, we'll get plenty of meat. I have made a boo-boo. I've nearly finished putting in this meat waffle. I got over to here and I'm thinking, why all of a sudden have I gone from 2 wide holes to a 3 wide holes? Why is it not lining up? And it's because over here, I made a 3 wide hole for some reason. So I've got a lot of tearing out. I was just thinking how close I was to finishing, and now I've got to... Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, mate. That's... Oh, jeez. That's a... While it's all doom and gloom about having to rebuild portions of this thing, there is another slight problem with this, and that is rabbits. I've actually built this over areas where all different types of mobs can spawn, including horses, wolves, and rabbits. Now, rabbits, if you don't already know, their movement is completely broken at the moment, and therefore they can't move very much at all or very quickly. Now, they will eventually go down, but because they're so slow and because they don't move all that much, they actually hold the mob cap for quite a long amount of time, which is not ideal. So the rates of this passive mob farm are going to be relatively slow in comparison to other things. Now, there are things we could do to speed it up. We could add more meat waffle in other places, like, well, we can't have cave spawns for the meat waffle, so we can't do like another layer up here or anything like that, but we could potentially do another layer sort of elsewhere if we needed to. The other things we could do is we could convert all of this below us into magma blocks and rail like we've got for our hostile mob farm in the middle, but to be perfectly honest with you, I'm not too worried. The speed of this farm is relatively inconsequential because I don't really need the drops all that much. It's just to get them, really. It's just for the sake of doing it, so it's not like I need every single one. And for all the people that were commenting before about putting the Trident Killer in when I decided I was no longer going to do that, I really don't need the looting effect. Like I said before, I'm getting plenty of drops from the hostile mob farm. The passive ring is just a supplement, really. It's not really for anything special. But if you were building this in your world, I would probably recommend building it somewhere rabbits can't spawn. I would probably recommend doing these holes 3x3 instead of 2x2, and I would probably recommend having a magma block and rail collection system instead of a water system, or funnel them down into a Trident Killer so you're maximizing the loot. But for me, I'm not worried about those things. With the meat waffle lattice rebuilt and now 100% complete, all that's left to do is the torches and the trapdoors. It's not 100% complete then, is it? Well, I meant the foundation-y bit. Shut up, you know what I mean. And now that the meat waffle is completely fully lit... Oh, jeez, flying on this thing's a nightmare. Come on, let me fly, please. Please, just let me... Oh, gee, I'll fall down the hole and... Oh, wow, many lags, apparently. Yes, as I was saying, as the meat waffle is now fully lit, the last task is the grueling one of placing all of the trapdoors. And whilst I mentioned earlier that placing the trapdoors isn't that much of a problem and that we really shouldn't get that upset about it, it is more of a pain than placing buttons, purely because you got to place them twice. And I don't mean place them twice at all. I don't know why I said that. What I mean is, you've got to click them twice. You've got to place them and then open them, which just means the whole process just takes twice as long as it did before, which is fine. It's just a little bit annoying. 50% of the trapdoors have now been placed, but not flapped. I now need to do the other side. It's taking a very, very long time. Many times. And I am about to place the last couple of trapdoors on this meat waffle. All I need to do now is go around and flap them all. And there we go. After many, many flapping my meat waffle is now fully flapped. And I think we're ready to go. I think this is good to go. We're ready for action. I can't see anything else we need to do except maybe cap off some of the internal sides to this. Well, that might be a useful thing to do so things can drop off the middle. There's no point in capping off the outside because if mobs go past this point, they're going to despawn anyway. So yeah, it might be worth just going around the inside of this and adding a few trapdoors, but I don't actually think we'll need to. We'll see how we get on. So yeah, we need to find ourselves a good spot and observe this from a distance and see what happens. And I guess the best spot is probably crouching on the AFK spot so we can see what's going on. I just saw a sheep and a horse fall down. There doesn't appear to be tons and tons of passive mobs on there, but like I said, this thing is going to trickle over time and just give us, meat and leather and wool and things like that over a long period of time. So we'll just have to keep our eye on it. There's another horse there. Are you going to fall down a hole, sir? Whenever you're ready. I can see some sheep. Sheep, are you going to fall down a hole? Sheep have fallen down a hole. This is good news, and the horse did as well. Excellent. Yes, I declare the meat waffle a roaring success. I've now sorted out the item filters so that we're getting the drops coming through the passive mob farm into these particular boxes here, although we haven't had enough through yet to actually bring a great deal in. I've got a little bit of raw mutton in my inventory, which I'll chuck into the system, But yeah, it's going to be a little while before they start to fill up, so we'll just have to see how long we need to be AFK for to get a reasonable amount. So now that we have 100% successfully completed our mob farm, I think the only thing to do now is to just let it run and see how it goes. So I guess in the next episode, I ought to give you an update on how well we've done, because unfortunately, right now, I've got to go. So as usual, I'd like to say thank you all very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please do leave a like. If you haven't already, please do consider subscribing, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!